Hello everyone, and welcome to another social science coffee break. I am Stacy Allen. I work for Learn, and part of my dossier at Learn includes working as a RC consultant for the Anglophone community. In this role, we help support educators and consultants with the integration of digital competency and technology in the classroom. So today I'm going to show you two resources, one for elementary and one for secondary social sciences that can be used to enhance students' digital competency. So the first resource I'm going to show you today is a social science radio show, which is one of my favorite activities for elementary Cycle 3 students. In this activity, it's explicitly studying Canadian society between 1820 and 1905. And one of the reasons why I love it is that producing a radio show or a podcast and using audio recording allows students who might have difficulty expressing themselves in English or in writing. So I really love that idea of giving students different ways to showcase their understanding than it may be a traditional text or a written assignment. So I'm going to show you where the resource lives on societies and territories. So here you will find the social science radio show through the direct link with the teacher's guide, the folder to individual student workbooks. There's one for every aspect of society, and then plan. There's also links here to slides for educators who might be interested in learning more about podcasting and audio recording in class. If ever you just find yourselves on the Societies and Territories website and you're looking for this resource, you can go to resources by type under the teachers menu, and you'll find the radio show under, sorry for my rapid scrolling, but you'll find it under the podcast activities menu. Okay. So there you go, and you'll see the social science radio show. Now, there's many different forms of technology that you can use to make an audio recording like a podcast or a radio show. One of my favorites is using Canva, and you'll find a Canva how-to on these presentation slides, I believe at the end. There's a video, again, sorry for the rapid scrolling, on how to use Canva. I will note that Canva in the last 2 or 3 weeks has done a ton of different updates. So now instead of just using a regular podcast template, you do need to look up a podcast video template if you're using a template to create your podcast or radio show. This just happened because they've added more multi-track features, which is wonderful. It really does enhance what you can do in Canva in terms of audio recording, but all those multi-track functions are only available in a video editor, not in the regular Canva visual editor. I will show you too a new technology that I've discovered in the last few weeks for producing podcasts and radio shows, and that's Google Vids. So if you're a Google school board, most of you may have access to Google Vids, and from there you can quickly create a podcast using a template very similar to Canva, and then from there you can use AI to add a voiceover radio show, or you could record students talking. And this can be done regardless of whether you have a mic set up. Students can just use the regular microphone that's built into their iPad or their Chromebook or other devices to produce the audio recording. So in addition to my elementary resource today, I also wanted to share a secondary resource. This one is looking at the Metropolises. So in this activity, students would program Makey or microbit to make a model of a city interactive. And Scratch, if you're familiar with it, it's a wonderful block-based coding program that is free online for students. And it really does a wonderful job of introducing coding. And it has what we call a low floor, high ceiling. So you can start really basic with Scratch and you can go into very advanced coding. So it's great for those classes where you might have students with lots of coding experience and students that are just doing it for the first time. So this activity is wonderful because students get to interact with the models that they create and showcase their knowledge again in a different way rather than just a traditional written assignment or a test. And this activity is for a secondary, cycle 1. So I'm going to show you where to find this activity on the cycle 1 geography page. Right? So you'll see here, we don't want to do the survey right now, but I do encourage you to do that survey. You have a few more days. But if I go here to teaching resources, I see what is a Metropolises, and I can click on it, and then you'll have links to all the resources. And I will quickly show you Scratch because you can see a bit what the interface looks like. So I could log in and have an account, but you could also just have students create their own project, and you'll see what Scratch looks like. You can simply drag blocks onto the workstation and simply animate your project.